Morning everybody, welcome to the home build. I want to tell you about a little bit about what we got going today. Today we added the tracer line. Got to do a little digging for our gas line. It's actually a sleeve where the utility company is going to come in and shove their pipe through that sleeve. But they do provide it. It's free, which is awesome. Not too many companies provide the conduit free, so. But I do gotta dig out this trench right here because that's where the gas line's gonna go. It started from at the top, came around, and continuing that direction. So a little bit of trench work, a little bit of digging, hand digging, and then it's backfill time. And go grab the tractor and start backfilling. So. One thing I did want to show you is for our water line, it's a good idea to have your tracer wire, that's that blue wire, connected to, there we go, connected to that plumbing line. That way later on, if for any reason I need to do any trenching, cutting in for trees or digging of any kind, I can have the locate come out. And very easily can they locate that. If it's just a plastic pipe, they can't locate it. So that's the purpose for that wire. So I'll probably actually also do an extension. I want a hose bib up by where my future garden is going to be, and also the drain field of our septic. So I want a hose bib up here. So you can see the trenches. I got trenches opened up everywhere, but I'm gonna have a hose bib right over here. So I'm either gonna run the line along this trench after I fill it up at least a foot, or I'm gonna share this sleeve that's underneath the driveway here and run a water line through that. So that sleeve right there is currently designated for the drain line for our septic. So I don't think I'm gonna want to put a plumbing line through there and then not be able to get that drain line through. So I might just keep that separate and run it along there. But I'd like to have a hose bib up there so I can water a future garden up there. So that's the plan. Running, closing up trenches, running an extension through there, and finishing off the gas line sleeve. So that's the task for today. See how far we get. Right, we just got our sleeve in for our gas and that sort of thing. So picked up the tractor, and the things I got next to do is right around my hose bib, which is right here. I'm gonna put some gravel around it to kind of build that up to shape the cover that I want, and the elevation, get that all just right, and then it's gonna be a matter of backfilling. So pretty stoked. Once I get about a foot up or so off of this water line, I'm gonna actually put another sleeve in there for a future shop, so bringing power in through that sleeve. So trying to think of all those options later on while I got trenches open. So once I fill them in, and then I'm stuck with digging them back out if I have to add something later. So same thing with my hose bib up there and that cover. I'll get it perfect to the elevation I want using some crushed gravel, or 3/4 minus, depending on what part of the country you're at. It might be ABC, that's what it's called, aggregate base course, I believe it is. So yeah, and then I'm gonna add some rock up there by the water meter to kind of get it nice and covered and around where the water meter is, so it's nice and level. So that's what I'm going to be working on, using the tractor and filling in trenches. Well, hello everybody. It's May 16th, it's Sunday, 2021. We're out on the home build and we got some things done. I wanted to just show you, it's right at the end of the day and it's hot out. It's gonna be at least 85 to 90 degrees here in Oregon. And we got some things done that I just wanted to show you, kind of the tail end of it, and some things that you have to do. I got the trenches all kind of buried other than my septic line. So you can see I got two yellows. The one on the bottom far end, that's gas line. That's a sleeve. The gas company's gonna end up shoving their gas pipe through that. This other yellow, I might end up putting I'm just using it to be able to have a line that I can put electrical or something through it later on. I had an open trench and I had the pipe, so I figured I might as well put something through there, especially since one day I'm gonna have a sidewalk here and I don't want to be tearing up the sidewalk. So that's what that's for. And the white pipe, it's got to be white and it has a blue tracer wire on it so it can always get located. That's the water line for the house. So over here on this far end, we had the gas line that came in and the water line. They came down right through here. If you recall from a previous video, it was all tore up and trenched. Well, it's all backfilled now. And looking pretty good, kind of got it well shaped and whatnot. The gas line, all along there, I added some gravel to it because I didn't want that gas line getting squashed. So I put just covered it in 3/4 minus gravel, and then buried it with regular soil. The water line, I didn't cover it in gravel because it was pressurized, so it had water on it, so it's not less likely to squash. So I didn't cover that. I ended up gonna right here on the end of the pipe here, and then where it starts again, because the gas company, they want to leave 3 feet in between the two so that they can hand dig and cover it. I'm going to end up putting a stake at each end and then burying it because I don't like all this water like that. It's a nesting ground for mosquitoes and that sort of thing. So I'll end up covering that up probably next weekend. And then over here on this other side where the main that power came through, it had that 3-inch conduit. Well, I don't need to put a tracer wire on it because in the conduit they got wire so they can detect that. But I did put gravel, bedded it in gravel, covered it, just barely covered it with that 3/4 minus because again I didn't want that to get squashed. This area I'm going to need to leave open because talking with the inspector on Friday, where that junction box is up there, I got 2 risers coming up, and one goes to the power pole and the other is this line going to the house. Well, that junction box is about 1 foot taller than the meter on that end, and he was saying if ever it fills up with water and backs up, it's going to fill up and into the meter. So what we need to have is somewhere here which is lower than the meter. I'm gonna have to cut into this and bring 2 90s going up and have another junction box right here. And it can be flush with the ground, but that way if any water comes in through here, it drains for the most part right out of that junction box and onto the ground or whatnot, but not continuing on up the line or down the line to the meter. So I got an open trench, so I might as well put another hose bib over there. So I decided to put another hose bib over there, and that way I can water the garden one day, you know. So I didn't cover it all the way up yet because next Friday I have Comcast or cable, depending on where you're at. It might be Comcast or some other company. They're going to come and lay either their conduit or their direct buried line right in through this trench, and then I can cover it. But in addition to the 3-inch gray conduit for electrical, the water line, and then that cable, I'm also going to put in a perimeter drain, since that's the low point for this section right here. The perimeter drain for the house, I'm going to bring in 90 down and go that way. I wanted it towards the bottom, and there's no reason for it to be up to the top, otherwise it'll just drain out of the perimeter drain and into the bottom of the trench. So I want it at the bottom of the trench. So we'll find out this week what that material is. I'm not sure if it's schedule 40, schedule 20, or some other thin wall conduit for the perimeter drain. I got to look into that a little more, and I'll let you know. If you know, leave comments below, and I'd love to know what that is. I know how to do a perimeter drain, but I'm just not sure which material. They got all different types, so I want to do it right the first time and not have to redo it and tear it up, and because I didn't do it right, you know. So that's, then the last of it is up here. Maybe you saw that red tape. It had a direct buried electric line right here. So if any future owner is digging through here, they tear into that, and then they realize, oh, there's a electric line there. It's got to be, it's at least 2 more feet down to it, but it gives them that warning sign. And then right in through here, same thing. I'll leave this open just until after that cable gets put in. And I think I'm gonna have a bunch extra of this soil, so I'll have to move it somewhere else.